Welcome everybody. I'm back. This is D Durrell. It's been a long time since I've done a video. It's been about 2 weeks. I do apologize for the long delay. As you all know, I've been focusing a lot on my coach D Durrell Spears channel. I also have been doing content on 2020 Was a B Media and also promoting my Coach D Durrell Spears channel on D Durrell the Rebirth channel, which is primarily a promotional channel for every channel I have, by the way. Now, I want to give a shout out to my girl TSI. This is a video that she's been waiting for me to create. I know it's long overdue. I do apologize. Matter of fact, in correction, she changed her name to Virtuous Woman TV. So shout out to Virtuous Woman TV for inspiring me to create this video. She wanted to hear a part 2 to this because she kind of felt, from my perspective, kind of interpreting what she was stating, but I kind of blamed Neil Long a little bit, which I did. I'm going to merely give a perspective of Neil Long's dating history and the things that she got involved in throughout her life. I mean, Neil Long has, basically, as we all know, we first heard of Neil Long through participating in the comedy movie Friday. That's how everybody knew about her. Or, I'm sorry, Boys in the Hood. She was in Boys in the Hood first, around 1990, 1991. And then Neil Long also was in Friday, too. She had a kind of a bigger role, I would say. So, I'm going to talk about that Virtuous Woman TV. Shout out to you and your content. I've been watching from the clouds between work and doing different things. So we're going to get to it. And so, as we all know, and as the video is talking about that, Ime Odoka situation, his infidelity, has been pretty quiet. That has not been the issue. Since the situation with Draymond, they've kind of put that situation to rest. It's not getting any traction. No one's really talking about it. Everybody's talking about Draymond Green punching a teammate. And so no one's really talking about this anymore. And so I stated the Ime Odoka situation is quiet, and so is Neil Long. And I'm going to talk to you about that. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to have this discussion. And we're just going to really talk about how this evolved. Now, what I want to focus on is Neil Long and things that she has done. Okay? So, appreciate everybody for coming in. This is D Durrell Spears. I'm happy to be here once again, hoping that I can give a perspective, a unique perspective that no one else is talking about, because I'm gonna be honest, guys, they drove this goddamn issue in the ground until the Draymond situation came about. Then things changed. So this is what I'm going to talk about as it relates to this. Neil Long is not responsible for what Ime Odoka has done. She is not responsible. However, she hasn't had the best luck when it comes to dating. And I'm going to point those things out. Now, I don't know any serious-minded woman that wants to be married. Why would you be engaged with someone for 7 years? Let's ask that question. Again, this has nothing to do with Ime Odoka. This has everything to do with her. Why? Like, help me understand. Help me understand, why would you be engaged to this man? It don't take 7 years to realize whether someone is marriage worthy or not, even if you accept it to get married. Now, once I start talking about marriage situations and engagements, which I will get to on my Coach D Durrell channel, I will kind of go more specific in regards to what's the appropriate time anyone should wait to get married, that period of time, cohabitating, living together. I'm gonna give a whole process and science behind it. Okay, now, so what I'm pointing out the fact is she's been married. I mean, she has never been married. She's been engaged twice. She got engaged to a guy named Isaiah Dorsey, if I pronounced his first name right. And then also in 2001, she was Macia. She was married. She was engaged to Macia Dorsey. 14 years later, 2015, she was with Odoka. So they've been together for over 10 years. They have a son together. They've been together a long time, and they have a child. So I'm trying to figure out, through all of that, you're not married. You're not married. You're not choosing to do this for the best interest of the child, obviously, for yourself. I understand that. You were basically together for about, I think, 2010 around, because I think their son's like 12 years old. They're probably together longer than that, at least 5-6 years before they got engaged. And so now, after you get engaged in 2015, there's another 7 years in which you're still not married. So that leads me to the understanding that there's some trust issues here. There's some trust issues, probably on both sides. There probably were some breakups in between. There's some inconsistency because very few people are willing. I don't care how much money you're making, where you dedicate your life and you invest that much time over 12 years with someone, and you've been engaged for 7, an extended fiance, an extended proposal. Come on, that's just not typical. It's just not. Not saying that it doesn't exist. It's just not typical. And that's just facts. It's not typical. So what I want to state at this point is that she's used to dating these kind of guys. As I'm looking at her history, since she became really, I guess want to say, known in entertainment, she has never dated a regular guy. Not to say that she has to. Everybody that she has dated is in entertainment in some aspect, whether it's music, acting, writing, producing. She's dated a bunch of people, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the people she's dated. Okay, she's dated people like Katina Mobley, basketball player. He played it in Houston for years. Dwight Freeney, football player. I didn't even know she, in 2006, she dated T.I. Like, what the fuck? T.I. must love older women. T.I. is married now. And I thought between 2005 2006, I thought he was with old girl from Escape, but I guess not, Tiny. But again, you don't know how those relationships, you don't know the fabric of those relationships. She even had a rendezvous with 50 Cent, Ricky Fontaine, actor, Chris Webber. I know she was with Chris Webber for 2 years. She was with Katina Mobley for 3 years. And they said she had rendezvous with Shamar Moore and Chris Rock. Look, I don't care about body count and all that shit. She got a lot of bodies. I ain't even tripping on that. That's not why my situation is that She has had the propensity to date guys strictly in entertainment only, not even businessmen, not even, she's dating the same type of people. And these people are not marriage minded, by the way. Half of these people that I'm talking about are not married. I know Chris Rock is married. I know Chris Webb. I'm no, not Chris Webber. I know T.I. is married. I don't know if Katina Mobius. I don't know if Dwight Freeney. They're probably not. Half of these guys are not married, and it's not merely her fault. But the fact of the matter, she don't date broke. She's not dating broke. She's not dating broke. She dates money. And most of these guys actually in here have more money than her, because she's basically worth about $6 million. I actually thought she'd be worth more than that, but that ain't nothing to sneeze at. But she's been in acting for over 30 years, almost 30 years, I would say. And she's never really had a breakout role, more supporting cast, comedy movies and things like that. I mean, she's made a decent life for herself. $6 million is not nothing to sneeze at. She has a lot of credits, a lot of different movies. But my point is that the few times that she did speak to the media, she expressed on each occasion, Virtuous Woman TV, that she would like her privacy and deal with this privately, on her own, independently. She don't want everybody in her business, and rightfully so. Now, my position is that I'm trying to figure out why this beautiful 52-year-old African queen has never been married. She's been engaged twice. Now she's been with Ime Odoka more longer than anybody. So obviously he was doing something right. But I have to believe that she is used to being cheated on. She understands the type of guys that she married. They have a high tendency to cheat. I think that some of these relationships were open relationships, because she probably cheated. Not to say that she did. She probably has been faithful. But it's very difficult for me to believe she never cheated on a man, because you're in an industry and you're in an environment where there's high levels of infidelity. You don't see people in Hollywood entertainments being married for 20, 30 years on average. That's just not happening. And in her case, she's never been married. Now, you've been engaged twice, so that lets me know you wanted to be married. You would not engage and say, you would not agree to be engaged to someone without the intention of getting married. It just doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. So it leads me to believe she wants to be married. She would like to be married. I don't know if she feels that Odoka is the right man for her. Obviously, he wants to live like he's a bachelor with a child and a woman. And she has been to the games, and he's been in the NBA. But she has historically dated rich guys who are athletes or entertainers or musicians. Period. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. They're actors, athletes, or music entertainers, and that's it. She's not dating the producer. She didn't date the screenwriter. She didn't date this mogul or other person who's in business or in some type of high level field, a politician. She did not date a person who's just wealthy within his own field. She dates actors, entertainers, athletes, period. And so she continues to date these guys to get the same results. And I think she understands that, because she's repetitively done that. So it's not her fault if that's the lane she wants to be in and that's the result you're going to get. And I think Ime Aduka knows there's a lot of men that want your wife, even at 52. She looks good. And there are a lot of men and married men who would not mind taking a chance on Nia Long. Because nobody really knows Ime Adoka. He's been, outside of last year when he surprisingly took the Celtics in his first year to the championship, nobody really knew him. He got a little name. But people have been knowing Nia Long for over 30, almost 25, 30 years. It's a difference. He may have a larger network worth than her, but she has more notoriety. That's just a fact. So this is embarrassing for her. I think that this whole situation, I don't think she's sweating it as difficult as others because I think she's been through this in many situations. And so this is no different than any other situation that she has been involved in the past. And I think that in saying that, she has decided to deal with this independently, and rightfully so, because this is her privacy. This is her relationship. They have a child involved. I don't think they're going to ever get married because you don't wait 7 years to get married to someone. Typically speaking, if you don't get married, when you're engaged, if you don't get married within the first 2 years, preferably the first year, every year after, the chances decrease. Because there's a reason why you are postponing the engagement, the marriage. And so this situation is quiet. I think she prefers it this way. I know Ime Adoka prefers it this way. He was reckless, dating the women and doing the things he was doing on the workplace. But hey, that's his responsibility. He has to take accountability for what he has done, not her. She's not in the wrong for this. She shouldn't be crucified for anything, whether she decided to stay or leave. But she didn't leave. At least no one knows that she left. She did not leave. And her not leaving immediately lets me know that she probably still wants to marry him. She's been through this before, and she just wants to move on. She just wants to move on. And they can work it out because she understands, based on the people she's dated and in these relationships at that high level of entertainment, there's a high chance. Infidelity is inevitable. And I hate to say that, but that's just a fact. So that's my perspective on this with Nia. Nia is going to move on with her life. She's going to continue to act and get roles. She will continue to do what she's doing. I think she's going to continue to be with him and deal with things privately. And they're going to move on. She's been with him for over 10 years. I don't think she's leaving. I think she wants to get married, but I don't think it's a deal breaker to not get married. She may, at this time in her life, just be fine with just cohabitation with him. I'm only speculating. I have no idea, but I'm only speculating based on her history and the information that I've been presented. I want to appreciate you all for coming in. This is Coach D. Darrell Spears on my D. Darrell Life Solutions channel. At this point, I will talk about other situations that are counseling related because I do think in this situation, premarital counseling is needed, or just relationship therapy or counseling is needed and could benefit them both. Whether they've been in it or not, I don't know. I don't think anybody would know, but I do think that it could definitely benefit them. So I will report on this in the future if the right situation occurs or there's more information that I feel is relevant to talk about on this. So I want to appreciate you all for coming in. This is my perspective on Nia Long being quiet. Everybody's quiet about this issue right now since the Draymond situation. It may come back up sporadically throughout the year and next year. We'll have to wait and see. Y'all have a great day. Peace.